The monitor flatlines. The heart stops. In a standard hospital room, this is the moment the doctor looks at the clock and calls. Time of death. But for a specialized team waiting in the hallway, the clock has just started. They don't rush in with a body bag. They rush in with ice baths and medications to support blood pressure. This is the SST team. Standby, stabilization, and transport. They aren't preparing for a funeral. They are preparing to pause biology itself. Welcome to Curious Minds. I'm your host, Lukas, and Happy New Year. Now, I know what you are thinking. Lukas, why are we talking about death? But that is exactly the point. We aren't talking about the end. We are talking about a futuristic technology that views death as a solvable problem. This is a story about the ultimate form of optimism. Now, before we go further, I want to be very clear. We are not promoting anything. This is certainly not sponsored content. Our aim today is to provide you with factual storytelling, well-researched and grounded to make you informed, not influenced. We want to quench your curiosity. I am not a medical professional, and I am not saying we have the answers for everything. In fact, we need to state the most important fact right now. To date, no human has ever been revived from cryopreservation, but the science and the money behind it is getting very real. So, what exactly is it? Imagine you are watching a movie on your laptop and the battery dies. The screen goes black. Is the movie gone? No, it is just paused, waiting for a charger. Cryonics is the attempt to put the human body into that paused state using very low temperatures. The goal is to preserve a person who can no longer be helped by today's medicine in the hope that future technology can repair them and press play again. So, let's start with the how. Many people think cryonics is just freezing people, like a bag of peas in the freezer. If you did that, you would destroy the person. Water expands when it freezes. It forms sharp, jagged ice crystals. If you freeze a human body, those crystals act like millions of tiny daggers, shredding your cells from the inside out. You would be mush. That is why modern cryonics uses a process called vitrification. The SST team replaces your blood with a medical-grade antifreeze, known as cryoprotectants. As the temperature drops to minus 196 degrees Celsius, you don't freeze, you solidify. You become like glass, a solid state with no ice crystals. Your cells, your neurons, the physical map of you are locked in place. But who is this actually for? The short answer is, it is for anyone facing legal death, whether from illness or old age. Some cases have included complex situations like suicide, but those carry significant legal and ethical hurdles depending on local laws. However, there is a strict biological condition. The brain must be intact. If someone dies in a severe car accident where the brain is physically destroyed, cryonics cannot help. You cannot save information that has been erased. The environment matters just as much as the cause. Ideally, this happens in a controlled hospital setting. You want the SST team standing right next to the bed the moment the heart stops. If a person passes away alone and isn't found for days, it is too late. Decomposition has already started. Speed is the enemy. Now, before we look at the companies selling this, we must listen to the critics. Why? Because their skepticism points out the real scientific gaps. Critics argue that the cryoprotectants, that medical antifreeze, are toxic in large doses. Right now we know how to put them in to preserve the structure, but getting them out without damaging the cells is a massive hurdle we haven't cleared yet. We can pause the system, but we don't have the play button. Listening to these critics provides clear direction for where the science needs to go next. Despite the criticism, the landscape is expanding in 2025. For decades, the giant was Alcor, based in Arizona, caring for around 200 patients in steel dewars. Did you hear the number? It is around 200. But there is a new player, Tomorrow Bio. They are a Berlin-based startup. In May 2025, they announced plans and secured a massive €5 million seed round to expand operations, including into the US. This is crucial. Venture capitalists don't usually back science fiction. They back scalable models. This investment signals that smart money sees this moving from high risk to long-term operational. And the commitment is real. Tomorrow Bio has already preserved 20 humans and 10 pets. That represents 30 lives and the families behind them who have bought into this future. They are trying to normalize this globally, but it comes at a price. Whole body preservation in Europe costs roughly €200,000 to €230,000. But there is a second option, brain-only preservation, which costs closer to €75,000. The logic? You are your connectomy, your memories and personality. It is a storage box for your soul, waiting for a key we haven't invented yet. But is this just a fantasy? Or is there proof? This brings us to the rabbit proof. Researchers at 21st Century Medicine conducted a prize-winning experiment to see if memory structures could survive. They chemically fixed and then vitrified a rabbit brain. When they rewarmed it and looked under an electron microscope, the results were stunning. The ultrastructure, the synapses and cell membranes appeared extremely well preserved. Now, this specific process wasn't designed to be reversible in a living animal, but it proved that the physical map of memory can survive the trip. But what about function? Can biology actually work after being vitrified? In another experiment, scientists successfully vitrified a rabbit kidney. They rewarmed it and transplanted it back into a rabbit. And here is the kicker. It worked. The kidney regained life-sustaining function. This was one of the first major demonstrations that an organ can be vitrified, rewarmed, and function again. This leads us to the deepest question of all. What is death? We have a legal definition, when your heart stops and a doctor signs a paper, but cryonicists argue that legal death is just a label for current medical failure. If you had a heart attack in 1920, you were dead. If you have that same heart attack in a 2025 emergency room, you are simply a patient in critical condition. Technology moves the line of death. Deep, isn't it? Companies like Tomorrow Bio operate in this gray zone. They are transparent. They tell you this is a chance, not a promise. But they ask a powerful question. If we can pause a rabbit's brain structure and bring back a kidney today, where do we draw the line between dead and paused 50 years from now? So, what does this mean for us? It means the definition of the end is blurring. It means for the price of a luxury car, some people are buying a lottery ticket to immortality. The ambulance to the future is waiting. The engine is running. The question is, would you get in? Let me leave you with one final thought. If a loved one passes away and enters this process, in the future, when we speak of them, do we say they are dead, or do we simply ask, is she paused? I'm Lukas, and this is Curious Minds Podcast. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep asking the hard questions.